And of course, the classic live streaming isn't available right now, even though it clearly is. Let's see. We live? It says we have excellent connection. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. The podcast that is based off the Anime FMK podcast from, almost 3 years ago now. Needs to say, we've made it longer than they have. But basically, the idea of the show is we all lock in a show or two, and throughout the season, we kill or pass it. And what happens when it's passed? That means we get to watch it to the next week, and that takes 2 or more passes to happen. And if we kill it, which takes 2 or more kills to kill something, that means we don't ever got to watch it again. So that means the show is terrible, and we never watch it. It's bad. Right, co-hosts?
Yeah, sure. Or sometimes we drop stuff because we don't want to watch it anymore.
There was that one time back in 53 where, you know what happened.
Wait, are we talking about a different podcast?
Oh, no, we are. Never mind.
Whose memories do you have?
You're a type
I don't
shifter.
know. I must be, because for some reason I keep dreaming. When somebody says the good old days, I'm like, this isn't the good old days. What's happening?
Well, Holographic donated $9.99 and said, have some monies after this very not happy ReZero day.
Yes.
Aww.
This is a very sad happy ReZero day. In fact, I would say there is no happy ReZero day at all. It is just sad. Because
it was hollow, by the way. I don't know why I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah. I figured it was hollow. Hello, Hollow. How are you doing today? But as well, we were set to cover ReZero Season 2 this season, and at least for the time being, we are not going to be talking about it, because today, it seems Kadokawa hired some kind of secondary company to go and strike literally every single ReZero channel. My good friend Holographic got 2 strikes. My good friend Echidna got a strike on his Greed If video. And then even other creators like Kyle Robes got his magnificent video taken down. So I don't know, kind of in response to that, we are not going to be talking about ReZero. I made a post on my community tab, everything that's going down around that, and I will not be discussing ReZero, even the web novel or the anime, any further until all this is cleared up and all of my ReZero videos are taken down, because this is actually ridiculous. Recently, the anime community had to go through the Shueisha thing, and there was the Webtoons thing, all within like a month or 2 of each other, which is actually ridiculous. So we will not be talking about ReZero until things are cleared up and until people get their videos restored, because there is no reason not to have these videos restored. All the videos and all the channels that I've mentioned fall within fair use. So that's kind of my comments. I don't know if you guys have any comments about it.
I hope you're happy, Kadokawa. What better way to basically, ostracize your fan base by basically telling them not to talk about it? You know what I mean? Yeah. You're going to tell them, hey, if you talk about our show that you guys like, we're going to strike you, which I don't know how that makes any sense whatsoever. And it's just so ridiculous. And it's crazy. Even in 2021, we're still running into these problems where companies are allowed to strike with basically no bias, no proof, no nothing. That you can't even tell. There's no reason for it, and it's just I can't even think of the words right now. It just infuriates me so much, because we're praising the shows, and yet they're going to punish the viewers and punish the YouTubers for commenting on it, and it's so annoying. And I really do hope that this is something that, I don't know, they fix, and there's sorry about that, or even YouTube just I don't know, does something about it. But we all know YouTube and how fast they get around to something.
Yeah, the only thing that I can recommend doing is going to Echidna's channel, Kyle Robes, Holographic, And there's plenty of other creators that I'm not mentioning because there's so many that have messaged me today. But go to all of these people's channels that just go to any ReZero channel. They've probably been hurt by it. Subscribe to them because it's actually kind of ridiculous. So if you can help those people out, like Holographic, Echidna, so on and so forth. I have not been affected because I took down all the videos, so that is good. But yeah, honestly, kind of ridiculous. Like you said, it's 2021, but it is Japan. It's what they do, and it is on the Japanese side of things. It is not
right,
the
and
American
they
side.
are just so weird about copyright. Like,
Yep.
I understand why they're doing it. I just think they're going in the extreme.
Yeah.
You know?
We basically promote their stuff, and it's kind of disrespectful. So, if it comes down to them never fixing this and never reinstating those videos, then I guess I may never be doing ReZero content again, and I am perfectly okay with that because I don't want to give these companies free promotion if this is what they are going to do. So
Agreed.
that's just the way it is. But you guys want to talk about a shitty anime?
Well, before that, I want to read some of these comments. Tech Crusader said, "Rest in peace, ReZero content creators." Praying emoji. QRW6 said, "What up, C-Tactics and EA?"
Yo, what's up, QRW6?
What up? I love you, man.
Same.
Victor said, "I'm just here for the A talk on a Titan."
Of course.
QRW6 said, "Katakawa needs to chill, but Japan needs to chill with the copyright." Tech Crusader, I hope people can get the strikes off their channels. That's all 3, and you're going off YouTube. Yep, just like baseball, 3 and you're out. And Holographic said, "It's important to note that most reaction channels remain unharmed by this too."
Right.
Kind of true.
Yep.
I didn't get a strike yet.
Reaction channels put up their stuff. Like there are reaction channels that do no sort of editing whatsoever, and they get to upload their stuff, and they're fine, which is kind of ridiculous. I think Holographic did some analysis over the past week since ReZero episode 14 went up, and there have been like hundreds, literally, of reaction videos. So, and these types of videos are literally just playing the whole thing right in the bottom corner. They're not, it isn't in the true spirit of reactions. It's pretty much just lazy, sitting there for 30 minutes showing copyrighted materials, and people like us, actual content creators who are transformative, and the people that probably, in comparison do not get as many views as reactions, they're okay. And it's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Shitty anime?
Question mark?
Ben, what the fuck?
The fact that it's a shitty anime is not a fact. Stay tuned for my opinion.
Okay, well, listen. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not killing this anime.
What? How?
It's so bad. I love it.
And no. It's not even a good kind of love either.
It's so bad.
Okay.
You should see the animation.
Yeah,
there was one scene that I posted on Twitter. There was a scene where they were fighting an evil robot guy, and there was the girl who was like strapped to the operator table. She was strapped to the operator table, and the guy was inside the other android's body and was fighting the guy. Okay, use the kung fu, cool. But then there's the scene where they're running away, and the scene in between where they're fighting, and the guy grabs the girl from the chair and they run away. There's no sequence. It just happens. It's like just a jump cut. It's like 1 minute they're fighting this dude, and the next thing you see is them running, or him running with the girl in his arms. I'm like, what the fuck? How did he fend off that android dude, untie the girl from the operator table, grab her, and run away with a head start. How is that possible?
First of all, I want to make the comparison right now and say that this is a poor man's version of Ruby. Because
I see those comparisons.
Because Ruby, created by Rooster Teeth, the late Monty Oum, basically he took a low budget thing and made it awesome, and even with his low budget, made the fighting realistic and badass. The first 2 seasons that he had. This one, very first episode, I can't even compare this to PlayStation 1 graphics, because has anyone ever seen Beast Wars? Beast Wars looks better than this damn show.
I compared it to Nintendo DS graphics. That's the level I put it at. I wouldn't put it up with PS1.
Yeah, PS1 is so much better than this piece of shit. So, I don't even know what happened. Like, something happened in 2021. We all know. But basically, it wasn't the coronavirus. It was the damn...
it was the damn CGI.
It was the damn CGI virus. That's what it was.
In the middle of the episode, he literally says, "What am I looking at? A CG?"
By the way, Holographic said, Ben's wheezing laugh, my lord.
I can't help it. It's so funny.
He does this when he thinks something's really funny.
This whole show, they put this out. Oh
I can't believe they someone greenlit this show.
Oh,
that is I said this before, but I always imagine, and this extends to like mangaka, not just anime creators or animators. I always think about how the process goes when you put this material out to the general public. They had to review this, look at it over and over and over.
Yeah,
and
that
over.
looks good.
And then they put there's that one guy who has all the power, who kicks up his feet on his desk, lights a cigar up, takes a puff, puts the cigarette up in the air, and he's like, "Yeah, this right here, they aren't ready for it. Send."
Yes, good kid, good. All this stuff is good. Yeah. This is gonna make us millions of dollars, see? My God. Whoever made this should be ashamed of themselves.
I bet Crunchyroll were just reviewing this and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be our Ruby. Everyone's gonna love it. Everybody loves Ruby. We're Crunchyroll. We could do no wrong."
Oh, Crunchyroll had a hand in this?
Yes,
oh,
wait, Crunchyroll
this
original.
Is a Crunchyroll original?
Yeah, this is another one.
Oh,
Crunchyroll?
We've
Come here,
never
Crunchyroll. I need to talk to you, Crunchyroll. Come here.
Why do you have
Stop making anime.
Why do you
Stop making anime. I have to bring it out. Stop making anime. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Stop it. If this is the best you can do, then
the funny thing is, it's not just the animation that was subpar. I mean,
the voice acting.
No. I'll let you cover that. The story was what did it for me, because we have this dude Akira and his brother who are talking. Their parents died, and Akira's brother says something where he's like you had to put your best foot forward or something. Then Akira goes to a convenience store or something, and he sees this girl getting harassed by 3 other guys, and he's like, "Should I help? There's a lot of them. I don't know if I should help." And then he thinks about his brother's words, and he's like, "Put his best foot forward." And then he does so, and it gets hit by a fucking truck.
Oh my fucking God!
He gets isekai, but without the isekai part.
and then it happens again throughout, and or later in the episode, where he's like his brain is in a robot, and then he's plugged up, like they got the aux cord plugged up to him in the vent, And then he's like, I gotta put my best foot forward. I'm like, that's the shit that got you killed. Why are you thinking about that? Don't think about your brother's words that literally got you killed.
Listen, if at that part another bus came out and fucking hit him, I would have pissed my pants.
It was like a Nicolas Cage movie.
Which one?
The one, every single movie he has where there's just a random truck that comes out of nowhere.
Oh,
and
not
hits
the
somebody.
berries!
Oh my god. What happened in that movie?
Oh man.
This show, the voice acting, when the guy comes out through the wall, his voice literally is like, oh, yeah. That's literally what he's doing. That's like
Generic evil guy.
oh my god, and they like rip off the Matrix and Ghost in the Shell. He's
All in one character.
it is. He looks like fucking Bato, but he's like Mr. Anderson.
He really is.
And
Freaking, he's supposed to be OP too. Everything goes
my
through
God.
him.
yes,
And
they
then
do
he
the
fucking
Matrix
loses.
thing. They do the Matrix and the Superman thing, where they shoot the bullets at them and it hits them and it does nothing.
Yeah, and they beat him with kung fu movies.
Yes. Oh my god. And he goes and he's like tripping over himself as he's fighting this guy, and he's like, how do I defeat him? And she's like, you have protocols for this. And he's like, yes, that's right. My dreams. And he tries to imitate like fucking Bruce Lee in his kung fu movies. Oh.
Yes, Bruce Lee, is that OP?
And oh my god, and the thing that defeats him is that he's like, I figured out your ability. It's from the front that you can block everything, but not from the back. And
Yeah, so just hit him from the back.
and his arm gets stuck in a wall, to which I have to say, can he not just get himself out of the wall? He literally went through one.
Can he just not consciously control his own power?
What the fuck is this show? I love
The
it.
show's stupid.
This show is actually terrible. I don't.
It is
You-
apparently
you-
the main character is like the enemy of humanity or some shit.
Oh yes. Oh my god. And it ends on like
Can I bring up one of the best parts of the show,
Yes.
aka the worst parts?
yes.
He got control of the lady android's body after he went inside her.
Yeah. Well, she says, "Get inside of me."
Yes.
Lulu.
And I was
says
just
that.
like, and then they're both floating naked, and she's like, "Get inside me," and he's just like, "Okay, whoom, 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 whoom," right inside, and then what? Why? Like,
I mean,
what did that even add?
At least
Nothing.
it's better than Galipnir. At least in terms of what you just said, with the whole get inside me part. Oh, it really does have somebody said it has a 2.45 rating on my anime list, and they are correct.
Guys, we can't
That-
kill this. We can't.
Yes. Oh, yes, we can.
we have
It's so
to
bad.
watch it. It's a
I feel
two-
like it's our civil duty to watch this.
this show.
Oh.
We have to watch this show.
Why?
It's so bad.
We
If
have.
we don't talk about it, who else will, EA?
I guess that's true. We can't talk about ReZero, so now we got this fucking show.
Listen.
This will be the replacement for ReZero.
Listen. To be honest.
God damn it.
To be honest, ReZero ain't as good as X-Arm, anyways.
Oh no. Oh no. That is a straight shoot right there.
Hollow said they literally cloned Monty and made this show. Only the clone was like 10% of his full potential. Yeah, I guess it's like the Cell Junior.
Now. Kamehameha!
Yeah, we need to keep talking about this show. I feel like we have to be the trendsetters. Nobody else is going to get this show coverage. They're going to drop it on the first episode. We have to give it a
Dude.
fair shake.
Dude.
I don't know if my brain could take this.
Oh.
Why are some parts CG and some parts badly drawn animation?
Dude, the main character is literally CG, and then like his brother is 2D.
And I thought, and at first I thought that was because like he's like androids were CG, but regular people were 2D. But then for some reason, military people were getting owned, and I'm like, wait, those are regular people, not, but they're also CG. I don't think the show knows what it's doing.
This is like an 80s OVA. Just no plot. It's just things happening.
Hollow said, I can't live without an analysis on a cinematic masterpiece.
Oh my god.
It is a piece of cinema, I will say that.
It's a piece, all right.
This is easily.
Piece of shit.
I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm glad they didn't think. Allegedly.
They smoked it. I mean, a bunch of crystal meth will do that to you. You know, that's they weren't thinking.
Meth? I don't know. I've seen a lot of people come out with a lot of great ideas when they're on meth. This is more like bath salts or something like that.
Okay, touche.
Oh my god. Oh, they use like the same transition effect when they show like the year on the screen. They use it like the same fucking effect like 4 times. And 3 of them happened in the span of like 20 seconds.
The explosion animation though.
Oh my god.
It will put Megumin to shame.
Oh.
Were they trying to pay tribute to Akira? Because not only is the main guy Akira, but the fact that it's in the future and then everything blows up and then it becomes the future. I'm like, you are not paying homage to one of the greatest animes ever made with this shitty anime.
Yeah, what are we in 2030?
Yeah, so in 10 years from now, 9 years technically from now, guys, we can have our own robot that will badly kung fu fight someone from the Matrix.
This show is terrible.
I don't know if I could do this. Are you guys seriously considering keeping it?
I mean,
It's
I think it's
amazing.
already set in stone.
This show is revolutionary bad. Like this
Oh,
is
I
gonna
mean-
change shit, okay?
I just want to get to Alyssa. That's it. Alyssa looks like Hanji. Yeah, they
Who's
had like the
Alyssa?
name of everybody's character in the opening, and she has the glasses. She's wearing the science. Yeah,
The opening and endings are just a bunch of like punk rock songs. And the ending song is sung like the singing is great, but she's singing in English and it is bad. But the opening is also sung by a Japanese guy and it's like perfect. And they're like
Well.
pop punk songs from like the early 2000s, but written in 2020. What is this anime?
don't know.
How long did it take them to make this?
Well, QRW6 said this show was delayed for 2 seasons just to be delayed for us to roast the shit out of it. So this was supposed to come out in spring, right? Summer. Summer.
I remember
Okay.
when this manga came out and I looked at the cover and I was like, okay, that seems like a little bit of a throwback for this to be coming out in the year at the time, like 2017, I think is when it came out. I'll just keep an eye on the manga. And like the next headline I read was X-Arm gets anime by Crunchyroll. I'm like, what? That quickly? And like the manga has like a really bad rating on Mal as well. And yeah, this anime
Oh.
seems like something you'd see in like the 90s or something.
Okay, I didn't know it was a manga adaptation.
Yeah, it's by somebody. I can't remember. Like they're semi-important. I'm not sure. Not sure.
It's by a blind man that made this.
Probably.
Whoa. I'm looking at the art for it. Like every single, I don't know if this is the volume covers, but like every single one just has like a naked girl.
Oh,
I mean,
hell
they're like
yeah.
covered up, but
Hell
So we're. I can see why you guys want to pass it.
yeah.
that's not the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. God, this is because of the damn climbing girls, isn't it?
I mean, it's not payback.
Listen.
EA. We're just We're trying to build a community of X-Arm.
Listen, I'd rather Sport Climbing Girls looks like a masterpiece compared to this.
Oh yeah,
100%. Like, I don't even have to think about it.
Like, in a sense, I would much rather watch Sport Climbing Girls 5 times than have to watch this 1 time. But since we're doing a podcast on it, we have to watch it.
come on, EA, just you know,
Just
get your lunchbox, put on the steel-toe boots, put on the overalls, and like give it just one more shot. One more shot.
You want me to put my hand in the middle with the rest of you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just one more.
friendship.
You have it in you.
Fairy tale.
You have it in you.
Fairy tale.
What
Yeah.
about Fairy Tale?
Fairy tale.
Think
the
of your
anime.
friends. Yeah, think of your friends.
Yeah.
Nakama.
Nakama Club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. We'll watch another damn episode.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we don't even have to pass it because we kind of just did. So let's just move on to Mashuko
My stomach.
Tensei, aka guy gets killed, turns into a baby, and
Baby Isekai.
yeah, I like this episode.
I actually I really liked this episode too. I have to kind of compare it in a way to Slime Daddy, only because, it was a guy that died. He was kind of like a recluse, a loner. He too was, I don't know if he was probably a virgin too. And then
I think
he
said
got
was.
reincarnated. Yeah. The one thing I thought was different about this show than Slime Daddy that I really liked about this one was when Slime Daddy went from a man to a slime, his voice automatically just became that person. In this one, he still has that same male voice in his inner monologues, and I don't know. I like that stuff just because
It gives it a narrator kind of feel.
Right, and it's just the continuity part of it too. Like, he didn't just dissolve into this person and just became this little kid. He's still, his inner monologue is still that same person that died, which I thought was really neat. It's a nice little touch of detail there. The animation in this show is really good. I really liked it. It felt crisp and nice.
There's an interesting headline that came out today about this. Maybe it was Crunchyroll or something posted it. Didn't read the article, but apparently they're using techniques that they would use, like a lot of techniques that they would use in 90s animation, and they're using it for this anime.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, it looks very, very good.
That's if that's definitely the one thing that shines in this show, is that it just looks great.
Yeah, the visual fidelity is like amazing.
Mm-hmm. But Satsuki's turn.
Yeah. I thought the show was pretty solid. The comparison to Slime Daddy, I feel, is kind of accurate because we're getting a character who has the potential to be overpowered, just like how we thought Slime Daddy was going to be, given that he was a Isekai Kirby. But in this situation, we have a character who I guess you can kind of compare it to Erased, where you have somebody who was like a fully grown man now being in a body of a child. So now he has this experience over other people.
Mm-hmm.
That will give him the leg up. So now he looks like a complete genius in comparison to his peers, because his peers are probably still pissing in Pampers and things of that nature, while he's reading books, doing spells without having to do the whole incantations and all of that. So he looks like he's going to be a super powerful mage, and his father is also swordsman, so he's going to learn that. I don't know where the story is going to go exactly. Like, I don't know where the conflict is going to come from. Like, if there's going to be a adventure story where we're fighting monsters and all of that. But I thought this first episode was great introduction.
Mm-hmm.
What was funny to me was the whole fact that this dude was still like a pervert. Like, the first thing he did when he woke up was like he's looking at his mom. He's like, whoa, those tits. And I'm just like, all right, this is weird as hell, but
I mean,
I'll take it.
is it technically his mother?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's his mother.
Yeah, I guess it technically would, since she gave birth to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
I hate
mom
when
and
that
daddy
happens.
screw. His mom and daddy screw like rabbits in the show.
They do.
They do. They did it like right beside him.
But
They did right beside him, and then they, like he was up reading books at night, and he just hears, yeah. It's just like, oh my god.
Oh my god, I was watching this with the audio out loud, and then I just heard. I was like, oh my fuck.
lower volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I listen to everything with headphones. I'm just
Whoa. Well, I had to. Take Crusader is a channel member now.
Oh, it's a Crusader. Yeah, he's one of the channels that were sorta affected in the whole Catacomba thing. So go check him out if you haven't already. But yeah, what I love about the parents though is that they still bang like rabbits all the time, but
Accurate.
But they're still kind of sort of wholesome,
Yeah,
which is
they
really
seem
nice.
like good parents.
Yeah, except for the fact that they let their child get a concussion.
Yeah, he's like it'll be fine. We'll just put like a Band-Aid on it, do like a little magic ritual. It'll be good. I guess that's how they're like so comfortable with it.
I like how when he falls over, they're like, "Lady, don't you know you're not supposed to like move somebody who's hit their head?"
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do with the maid, because she seemed to know what was up with him. So I feel okay, that could be a point of conflict with the maid, because she seemed to know there was more going on with Rudy than what the parents know. But I don't know what would come from that, because let's say like she does spill the beans and she's like, yeah, that's like a 40 or 34-year-old as a baby. What's going to change? What's going to change exactly? It's not like they're going to go like, wait, you're fucking 43? All right, throw him out.
Yeah, technically it's still their son.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been that way. Like there was never a time where he wasn't that way. So I love how he was during this episode practicing his magic. Like he found this book and he he runs out of whatever he runs out of, and he falls over and he's like, "What? Am I out of NP?"
Yeah.
And he blows a fucking hole in the house.
Big asshole.
Yeah.
And his
It
parents
started raining.
His parents aren't mad. They're just like, the father's like, there's not a monster here. What could have done that? And the mother looks at the book and is like, gets this really like, she gets really excited. She has this like smug smile on her face. Looks hilarious. And she starts jumping up and down.
I had a feeling that they were gonna be happy. I just had a feeling, just because it was another world. I was like, that's my boy. He's only 1 year old, or how old is he? 1, 2, and he's already doing intermediate magic.
4 or 5, I think is when he hit that big spell.
Yeah, I feel like he's 4 or 5. I'm not exactly sure though.
Yeah, and they're like, we gotta get you a tutor, and so they get a tutor, and they call her a lolly. Well, he calls her a lolly.
Yeah. What was her name? It was Roxy or something like that. Roxy is a interesting character. She seems like she's inexperienced.
Yeah.
With the whole tutoring gig and whatnot, not just because of her age, but what she was saying throughout the episode. She said that she only knew healing on an intermediate level, which they gave us 7 different classes of that, and intermediate is the second class. So she's not. That was just one aspect of magic. There's more than healing. I think they said there was like a. Did I take a screenshot of it? It was like attacking,
7
healing.
Yeah, there's 7, and then. Yeah. Go on. I can't remember.
Yeah, attack. It was attacking, healing, and summoning magic. So there's 3 different types of magic and 7 different ranks of it.
Yep.
So yeah, I wonder if it's going to be a situation where he's going to end up surpassing his master at a very early age because he's already using intermediate magic at that young level. And so far, Roxy hasn't shown anything to be like above Rudy. So I don't know where we're going to go with there. I don't know if she's going to have anything to teach him. But I guess we'll see.
Let me I just want to read something one of the people in the chat that said, I thought was really interesting. But basically, Masuko Tensei was the isekai that started isekai. It popularized the genre. It's basically the story that every modern isekai copies. I had no idea.
Yeah, that and ReZero, I think.
It was one of the pioneers of isekai that got popular because it got fully translated to English and it was shown to the West and made isekai popular when it peaked. Huh. Interesting.
Really?
I wonder if that's why they're going with the 90s feel.
When was this show made exactly?
I don't know. Maybe if you're listening right now,
Early,
I don't even know how you say that name. Shintaro Huni.
Pretty sure.
When did it come out?
Pretty sure it came out around the exact same time ReZero came out. Like I think they had like the same publishing date, at least for like their first volumes, respectively.
Well, says the web novel was sterilized in November 22nd, 2012.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so around that same time. So yeah. Also, I gotta say, the designs of this show, just like the character designs, they feel like true fantasy to me. They don't feel like the like the Slime Daddy kind of feel, or all these other high fantasy isekai shows that kind of feel more anime-ish and cartoonish. Like these obviously have their anime kind of feeling to them. Actually, the best way to describe it is this feels like Violet Evergarden, where Violet Evergarden has this really realistic, almost European-ish kind of look to it, but the character designs are they're still very anime, but they fit within that world, and it makes it look more realistic and has a more grounded vibe to it. And in turn, it helps, like Violet Evergarden did, really stand out. And I think just from like visuals alone, it's really hard not to love this show, because like it looks like a great show, and it has that 90s look to it, which they don't make 90s anime anymore. Like it didn't.
Gee, I wonder why.
it didn't just end with the 90s. Like the 90s had like a whole thing, like a whole aesthetic that built off the 80s, and they never really carried a lot of that into the 2000s. Like some of them did, like Bebop did, but that started in 99 and it ended in 2000. But so yeah, I'm glad to see that this anime is bringing it back, because like there are shots of this where, to me, it looks so like, something you'd see in Ghost in the Shell or something like that, but modernized, and it looks so good. The animation is great, like, and just going back to character designs, they're absolutely fantastic. Visually speaking, this is probably my favorite show of the year so far.
Shintaro Huni said, all of those animes about Truck Kun sending you into another world, you have this to blame, LOL. That's true. Truck Kun has so many bodies, and the thing is, he's never held accountable. Everybody just ignores him.
I know. I mean, he shows up even in the terrible anime X-Arm.
Yeah.
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 He struck twice. Lightning struck twice this season.
Dude, there's plenty of more isekai airing this season, so plenty of more. So
plenty more trucks.
Plenty more trucks to be had this season. My love for you is like a truck. Berserker.
Deep quote. There was another thing I was going to say about this anime. Well, I just want to talk about this funny scene. I thought it was funny when Roxy showed up, and then she's like, "Where's my student?" And they're like, this little fucker right here. And then she's like, "Oh," she's like, another idiot, another pair of idiot parents who think their kid has talent just because he showed like some early talent. And then they're like, we're right here. And they just had to do that, like that smile that showed they were really angry, but they had to keep it in. I thought that was pretty funny. So like I'm hoping that this anime will have this wholesome scenes like that while being comedic. Hopefully we get some good action. I really don't want romance to be introduced in this series.
That would be
only
weird.
because it's going to be like I brought up Erased. It's going to be another weird situation like that, where if you watched Erased, there was at least 2 different romantic interests in that story that were both underage for that character. Like first in that his like I'll just say his real life, there was like I don't know how old she was, but she was like 19 and he was in his either late 20s or early 30s, and that was weird. But then there was a time where he was a kid and they wanted him to hook up with this other girl, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's still mentally an old motherfucker. Like, no, I don't know.
Well,
so I hope that doesn't happen with this guy.
I will say this: he seems, to be fair, like they're gonna do it anyways. So might as well start jumping through the hoops to try and enjoy that section when we get to it. To be fair, the guy, he said he's been a recluse for 20 years. And yeah, sure, he's like 35, but in reality, he's like, socially at least, around the age of a teenager. So there's this other thing as well, where you have to take into account where I think if they go about this in the sense where at least make him become an adult first in this body. Don't let it be like in his 20s or something like that.
Yeah.
At least don't have it be like where he's like next episode he's like, I may be 5, but Roxy, you looking good.
Yeah, I may be 5, but this is an impressive package.
Yeah, that was pretty much my mentality. See, I just didn't want him because it's a weird situation where obviously he's mentally older than everyone, so like he probably has these urges and thoughts, not accurate to his body and his physical body. So if you're going to do that, at least wait until he's of age for it not to be weird. Like. Right. I just hope they don't try to do anything with Roxy and this kid right now. Please don't.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
It may be one of those things where it could be interesting, though. I think from a perspective of just using, this mechanic you have of him being stuck or being reincarnated and still having all these memories, like playing off of the childhood romance tropes and making like comedy out of it. I think that would be pretty interesting because that there kind of subverts the expectations of like what you'd normally expect out of a romance in an anime, and it kind of makes it funny and lighthearted, and it's not, oh man, did you see your panties in this episode? Which by the way, I'm okay with the pervy comedy in this episode. Still, I don't like panty shots of underage ladies.
Maybe this anime is trying to do like the reverse of the whole. We joke about it a lot. The 1,000-year-old lolly. Now we have like the 34-year-old Shada, I guess you could say. So like maybe they're trying to do like a reverse of that situation where now instead of the usually female character who is like mentally old but has the body of usually it's like 15, 16, something like that. Now they're trying to do the reverse with this MC. Still, no.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the pervy comedy was really funny, I think, in my opinion. But like when he puts the panties on his head, I thought that was hilarious. But
the fact that he sought that out.
And he had like this really shit-eating grin on his face. It was just so funny. Like,
and the maid was just like, "No,
yeah,
what's wrong with that kid?"
The maid's like that baby is the devil, and then the mom's like, no, he just doesn't know any better.
Yeah, did she say he had something wrong with him?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I like that stuff, but like I don't know, Roxy's portrayed as like they like the first thing you hear out of her is they portray her as like a lolly. So, I mean, I wasn't over the moon for that. I thought that was a little bit too much, but but I like Roxy though. I think she's super interesting. I like the man. This series has nailed the comedy so far, but I like when she destroys the tree, heals it, and then destroys it again. And then Mother's like, "Hey, you destroyed my tree."
Yeah. Then they had a feast after that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had a big old feast.
all just for Roxy. Oh, and his
I'm
dad's
curious.
cool. His dad's cool as fuck.
His
Yeah,
dad was just like, I want him to be a samurai or a swordsman.
Yeah,
He's not
freaking
gonna be a
all
mage.
the ladies want to be with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Even
they
though-
have like
even
a whole
though-
audience.
Yeah, even though he's already married and nailing somebody every night, they still want him.
Yeah, I was surprised the wife didn't like put a stop to that. Like, hey, don't stand by our house and just window watch or my husband. You know,
Oh, come on. She was the hottest out of all those ladies.
I mean, yeah, maybe she just feels secure.
By
But
the way, total MILF. I'm all about the MILFs.
Me too.
it's true.
Anything
When the
else?
guy died, when the guy died, he was around the same age as I am now.
Well, there you go.
So that blew my mind.
I like how he has to, like, he's like, I have no sexual attraction to her. I wonder if that's because she's my mom.
Right.
I mean, that didn't stop a lot of anime characters. So
This is true. This is true. Any further thoughts or opinions?
this show's good. It's good.
Can't wait till the next episode. I have high hopes for this.
Well, I think it's going to be like 24, 26 episodes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, passing it.
Passing
That's-
it.
Yup. Promise Neverland. I was really excited for this. I am big fan of Promise Neverland.
Me too.
This episode was really fascinating. Just for
Yeah.
how the twists and turns it took.
Yeah, especially the ending where I kind of saw. We kind of already knew that that person was like an alien just from the cover art alone. Teasing this whole show and whatnot, but I am curious as to why they're helping them out. Like, I thought all that demons or aliens or whatever they're called, I guess they're just called demons. The demons in the show were just out to get these kids, literally. They're going to take them out for dinner and eat them. And I can't wait to see what happens in this season. I was disappointed by the intro. Last season's intro was a 10 out of 10. I love that that opening fire. Oh, that was such a great one. This one was just, I don't know, it was very generic.
All right. I skipped the opening. Just like I did season 1.
Oh, season 1's a good opening.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that one was great.
I watched it after the fact, and yeah, it's pretty good. But these days, I got things I gotta do. So
You ain't got time for a minute and 30 seconds.
I ain't got time for a minute 30 seconds. I'm busy. The thing that I love so much about this episode wasn't really just the whole reveal of the demons helping out the children, or seemingly helping out the children. It was the setting. I don't know if this is planet Earth or not anymore. Like, not an actual idea.
I don't think it is, just because of all of the creatures that are out
Yeah.
and about.
Weird.
I
looking
think
creatures,
it's-
giant trees, like gigantic trees.
Yeah, yeah, they got some big ass trees out in the forest, and I almost thought at the end of the season one that they were getting close to civilization, but I guess they're not. they're they're still out in the middle of the woods, just trying to find civilization.
Yeah, and I guess that makes sense. Just we know that they were heading into this massive forest, from what we saw at the end of the ending credits of the last season. So
Hmm.
it just makes me. Also, this appears to like pick up like directly from the ending of the last season, because they start off and they're being chased by this like gigantic creature, which, by the way, the demons kill in like one swipe from their special swords. And
I know.
and now I'm like, they got swords and like
They're
axes?
freaking Ninja Gaiden over here, and they have like bloodhounds that talk back to their masters. It's just it's like if your dog talked back to you, it's like, I wanna get your ass in there and find these kids.
Randy said the new girl got some nasty toes.
No,
She sure did.
You want to suck them, EA?
Oh hell no!
So-
My tongue would freaking get cut to bits before it even touched my mouth.
Saucy, I thought you were in defeat.
I am.
Not into dragon feet.
Yeah, I don't think those toes are the ones I'm seeking.
Are you
Hell,
sure?
Quentin Tarantino wouldn't even be into feet like that. Even Quentin Tarantino's like, I'll pass.
I don't know about this one. I don't know about that one. I bet he'd like this show though. Like, I think he'd enjoy Promised Neverland. Speaking of Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, I think he would. Could you imagine if they made a live action version with Quentin Tarantino directing it? Holy shit. The dialogue alone would be amazing.
Oh Lord. Emma would just be hyper violent.
Whenever, I mean, it would be a lot of tension. Then all of a sudden, the graphic part comes along, and then just blood just everywhere, like in Kill Bill. Just.
So what I found interesting was the pin that Crone gave them, as a payback or whatever it was. What do you think about that, EA?
To be honest, I forgot. Like they even had a pin.
I did too.
But I mean, I definitely think that that's interesting because like it basically kind of is telling them where to go, and we're basically just kind of going on this journey. It's like you got to go to these coordinates and you'll get some help. And it's like, is it the demons that are helping them that are the ones, or is it this William Minerva who is he related to the other Minerva from a show we can't talk about?
I don't think so.
I mean,
That's an interesting theory, though.
if William Minerva was Minerva, that would be a hell of a crossover.
I mean, that would mean that ReZero and Promised Neverland are in the same universe, which that would be insane.
It's just another world Subaru could have got teleported to. Whatever the hell happened to Subaru.
Right, but it's regardless, it's interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen with the pen, and it's a nice little floating touchscreen. I wish that could be used in today's society. That would be cool.
I think they do have that. I think that's augmented reality.
I don't know of this.
I'm pretty sure, like they have like augmented reality stuff like that.
Somebody probably does, just not us.
Yeah. I'm too. I don't know of its existence.
I mean,
It's
there's
probably
like
above my pay grade.
there's augmented reality headsets, so there's like it's not exactly like that. Probably it's probably if it is, it's probably really fundamental stuff. But
Oh, you mean like VR stuff? Yeah, okay.
yeah. I don't know.
Hollow said, "Ain't no Elsa feat," and he said, "Did someone say Minerva?"
Yeah, William Minerva. No
Which,
relation.
By the way, I don't think William Minerva is a person, rather a group of people or like an organization of some kind. That's it.
Silence.
It must be burning you up, Sasuke, because you know everything that's going on.
Well, I'll speak to my manga knowledge a little bit. It was weird watching this episode because it skipped over a chapter. This episode, for context, it adapted about 8 chapters in this episode, which was very strange. Now, like 8 episodes may sound very egregious to people because usually, from my experience watching anime, usually like 2 chapters or 2.5 is like the standard. So going to 8 is like crazy. But this arc wasn't like what they're cutting out is just inner dialogue from the characters, which, in my opinion, is important, but it's not necessary. So they're not cutting out stuff that's like detrimental to the story. It's just stuff that I feel like would enhance the story. So in my opinion, I would definitely say the manga is better than the anime in that regard, but the anime is still doing this thing. So I'm not going to sit here and like, hey, it's doing this thing. It's just it's just not adapting every single thing in the manga. That's the only thing I want to add right now. Let me know when y'all ready for the whole Isabella's good mother diatribe.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, she is a great mother.
Well, I will say this: the fact that we don't know if they're cutting stuff rather than just moving things around. With the most recent episode of Re:Zero, people, going into it, there were rumors and leaks stuff of like, hey, they're going to be adapting things really weird. But that first episode turned out really good. So, and I don't think it's that much of an issue yet. But this episode is scheduled to be 11 episodes, or this series is going to be
Really?
11 episodes. Yep.
Only 11 episodes?
Yep, and I'm okay with that as long as the reason is because they're trying to use their time wisely and they're not trying to make it something that's overly elongated for no reason.
What from where I stand, they're trying to adapt this one arc. And like before the season came out, I thought they were going to have to end this anime in the middle of the arc, but seeing how the first episode went, it seems like they want to finish this arc, which is possible. Like it's not like the God of High School situation where like they adapted like 100 and something chapters or whatever. It's not going to be crazy like that, but they are going to have to cut out material to get to that point, which from what they've cut out so far is manageable. Like I said, what they've cut out is just inner dialogue as it pertains to, like for example, when Ray was running away from the demons, there was a lot of dialogue where he was planning out where he would run to. He was like, I don't want to zigzag here because of this, blah, blah, blah. There was a lot of him just thinking and us seeing his thoughts. So those are what those chapters were that they cut out. So right now, what they cut out is still accurate to the story while moving the story along at the pace they want to. So that's what I feel like they're trying to do, adapt this one arc. So it'll be interesting to see how you guys process this arc versus like how I did reading it.
Besides that point, I will say that last season, I complained a couple times. I wouldn't say complaining. It was just something I noticed. I didn't really like the backgrounds that much. The backgrounds are very generic CGI props, stuff that they literally just changed the lighting for, pretty much, and a couple things around. But and that's because the studio they got to do the backgrounds were a studio that was known to make these generic kind of copy and paste, like they're all generic stuff in this one software they use, like to make that because they're cheap. And it's still the season 1 looked great, but the backgrounds, if you looked at them and you're a background freak like I am, sometimes you would notice, like, hey, I've seen these things before and it doesn't look as good as it should. This season, just based off episode 1, looked pretty great. And I know it's just a bunch of trees, but but like it looked like, I don't know how to describe it other than it just looked like the fidelity of it and the visual quality of it was like just, it felt more striking and more unique.
I mean, I think when it came to the first season, I honestly really didn't even notice because the first season all took place on a farm. Well, I call it a farm. They called it a nursery, but it was basically just in that one same area, and I could see where it can get redundant. And maybe in their mind, they just thought, it's no big deal. Let's just make the infinite long hallway like they did in the old cartoons. Just do it that sort of style. No one will notice. But I will admit that the backgrounds, just from the first episode alone, is pretty good. I especially liked it when you saw Ray running. I was like captured by the giant tree that was just like moving along with him. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, really cool stuff. There's a great moment where the one chick in the hood shows up, and there's like these
dragon feet.
Yeah, dragon feet. Where like there's a bunch of light comes up from around her, and it looks really just so visually striking. So it's not even the backgrounds that are getting an upgrade. It's just that it feels like a proper season 2. It feels like everything got a massive upgrade, and of course that would make sense because when season 1 was made, Cloverworks was still a brand new studio. Since then, they've done things like Darling not Darling, but or they may have done Darling, but it's something else. I can't remember. It's really popular, but they also did Fate Grand Order since then.
It's really popular. I can't remember. I'll look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, they did a couple movies as well since then. Bunny Girl Senpai, I think is what it is.
Yeah, they did Bunny Girl.
So since that amount of time, they've put out a lot of anime since then, and it really shows that they're really getting the groove for things. So yeah. Anything else?
I will say, man, people really underrate Crone because if you think about what they've been doing, just in this first episode with that pen and how it's basically leading them, without that pen, they would be completely dead in the water. They would be able to survive just because they're smart kids and they still have the book to figure out things, but they would have no end goal at all without that pen.
It's true.
Do you think that they would be eating each other? Now, how ironic would that be?
Nah, I feel like that the kids are too. Like it's a human instinct to want to survive. So there's no telling what could happen if they were really starved like that. But those kids are too connected with each other. They see each other as like brother and sister. So I couldn't see that.
So going into this season, I kind of almost expected Isabella and Phil, Big Daddy Phil.
Oh no!
Pop back up.
How did I know he's gonna bring up Phil?
But they did in this episode. That was very surprising. I don't, but just because of that, I don't think we're going to be seeing them for a while.
Hopefully, never again.
What?
What?
At least Phil.
Big
Sorry, I
Daddy
misspoke. Phil can
Daddy Phil.
Phil can get the fuck out of here. When it comes to Isabella, I wouldn't mind seeing her again.
Wow. Wow.
Great mother.
What about Big
Yeah.
Daddy Phil?
What about him? He doesn't do anything except cry like a bitch.
Oh my god.
He's a child, E EA.
This is true, but he's supposed to be like a super smart child, right? Like that's what all these kids are, super smart.
Oh my god. You're gonna make me cry.
He still has feelings, EA.
This is true. This is true. Okay, I take it back. I just don't like your obsession over Big Daddy Phil and why you even call him that. He's like 4 and he's Big Daddy Phil.
He's 6, okay? And he's Big
Oh.
Daddy Phil to me.
Oh, you would know how old he is.
Oh,
You're his biggest fan.
call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Well, I want to read some of the comments. Restream bots. DJ Miles Music said, I saw a theory
Oh,
that
DJ Mouse.
that the Promised Neverland and ReZero were connected in the same universe. Thoughts?
I literally brought that up.
Yeah, did you hear that from us?
Yo, guys, heard from a podcast recently. King of Anime podcast. Great theory. I think they literally just came up with it. It's cutting edge. DJ Miles is actually a pretty cool guy. He also, as well, was somewhat affected by all the recent copyright drama from Webtoons. So if you can, go over there and help DJ Miles as well. He's pretty
And
cool.
he's really good at Super Mario Kart.
This is
So
true. This is true.
and he'll own everybody with, I forgot who his character was, but he's good. Damn it.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! Also, so whose side are they on?
Who?
Wait, what are we talking about?
Are they on
Phil?
Are the demon people? Are they on the?
Oh.
Are they with WWF or are they with WCW?
Well, I don't even know the reference. I mean, I get the reference, but WCW hasn't been a company in years. But
There's a reference on commentary when Tony Schiavone was like, "Whose side are they on?" And he's
Oh,
like, "You
yeah.
don't know who we are, or you know who we are, but you don't know why we are here."
that's right. God, it's Sting.
It's Sting.
Okay, I'm sorry. Back to I think they're fine. I mean, the fact that she's in the ending credits tells me she's totally fine.
Okay, fine.
So you
In
think
which
they're
way?
good guys?
Do you mean like
I'm-
the feats look good to you, or like...
No, I'm talking about the person in general. Down, because I look at it like this: if these kids are supposed to be basically like cattle, they're like meat. There's also people in this world who are against meat. So, in
so
conclusion,
they're the
these demons are
vegetarians.
vegetarians. Yep, exactly.
Okay, so do you think they're good with ulterior motives or they're genuinely good?
Yeah, they're good people. I mean, now you're starting to make me question life. I think. I mean, I definitely think maybe just like anybody, if you give them a price, they'd probably sell them out. Sure, why not? I mean, if these other demons were to offer them, say, it's like, I want this much
We
for
will give
the
you
fat.
3 gold doubloons. Yeah.
I want that one much for the fat kid. I want that much for the scrawny one. I want that. Yeah, they'd probably sell them out. I mean, at the end of the day, they got to eat too. But
That is true.
I think, like I said, I'm sticking with my original theory. I think they're the vegetarians of the demon world.
Randy said, I'm so glad you guys dropped Dr. Stone. And DJ Miles
a
said,
while ago.
that man has a family.
Jim Ross. I love that quote from Jim Ross. That man has a.
He's breathing like a government mule.
Jim Ross is the best at commentary, but
Oh my god!
oh my! Someone stop the damn match! Enough is enough.
Jim Ross.
But yeah, we only watched 2 episodes of Doctor Stone. Sorry to the fans that are listening, but I did not at all find it like interesting.
I love how Sasuke was like, I didn't expect you guys to drop it so soon.
Yeah, he really. He thought we would have kept it as a dot. This show's.
I thought you guys would like it. I'm not even joking.
I mean, the first episode was good, but then the second episode, all he did was talk about how. Oh no, they just talked a lot that episode. Now I was just like, oh, I'm done with this show.
We gotta kill them before they turn back into normal people.
Right, he was a hillbilly.
He's. Oh, Lord.
We gotta get them, Cletus. We gotta get them before they get us.
Cletus, get my shotgun out the back.
Oh, you got it there, Roscoe.
I think they are chaotic neutral. I can't really, because it can go either one way or the other. At the end of the episode, they kind of set it up as like they could, but they couldn't. So I do think there may be some sort of thing like where maybe Sasuke hinted at, or maybe some ulterior motives of keeping them alive. And they wouldn't they'd be okay with eating a kid or two, but but maybe, it's worth it to
what
keep
happened
them
to
alive
Phil?
because maybe there's more factions of these demons, and some demons don't like the other demons. So they're like, well, since these demons like to kill demons, we are going to take their food source and we're going to use it against them. That's just a theory that I've had, though, but I don't know. Sasuke, you said you were going to talk about Mother Isabella.
Oh my god! You guys are letting me, yo. Oh, hold on. I gotta sit up for this one. I was laying down.
Right.
Hold on.
All right, let me mute myself
God.
so you have the floor.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I made a whole video about this, and this isn't to like promote my. It's just that if you want like the complete thoughts of why I think Isabella is like a good character in general, and by extension, good mother, you can watch that video. But to quickly sum up my points, the reason why, like, okay, for Isabella, you had to look at her son as well. You had to look at Ray. Ray is a very pessimistic person who he always thinks of the worst outcome. You have to think about when Isabella was a child and she tried to escape, and then she seen that big gap where there is basically like this abyss to where she thought it was impossible to escape. And the fact that she became a mother and became acquainted with the demons, she knew it was demon civilization outside. So in her mind, if you went and escaped, that was pretty much a death sentence. I bring that up to say, yes, she did ship out kids, which isn't a good, that's not a good motherly thing, but we have to judge her on a different standard from what we think is a good mother in terms of just like real life, because they're in a circumstance where we're in demon civilization, and what she did was she tried to make sure her kids were able to live their life to the fullest. This is why she basically groomed not only Emma but Gilda into becoming mothers, because that would extend their lifespan, basically. Because
Don't you
if
get
they
canceled
became mothers,
for grooming?
Not that grooming, the good grooming, if there's a such thing. Let's use grooming in its literal sense instead of
bad grooming.
Yes, there is.
Okay, continue.
But she basically tried to raise Gilda and Emma up and becoming mothers just like her. And if you think about that, that would kind of threaten her position. Like, she would do some things that didn't necessarily, because like there's some things that she did as a mother that you could just attribute to her trying to keep her position. But those are one of the things that would actually threaten her position and be counterproductive to her. And there's also the fact that when she would ship those kids out, she would always keep, like, for example, Connie, she kept the bunny in her little lair where she would talk to the demons and whatnot. So in her mind, again, she did not want the kids to escape because she thought it was going to be an automatic death sentence. She did not think they were going to survive, and that's why I draw parallels to her and Ray, because they both have the same pessimistic outlook on life. And what was the other thing I was going to say? And you also have to think of the fact that when she saw her kids try to escape, that, you know, she already knew what Norman, Emma, and Ray were planning out, but she kept trying to rein them in. She never shipped them out early. And that's another important thing to note, because if she truly felt threatened in her position as a mother, because she knew her kids were extremely smart and they were definitely capable of escaping, she could have tried to ship them out early so that she would never have to take the rep or the rap for them actually escaping. But she said, no, I'm going to keep trying to make sure they enjoy their lives as much as possible. So I think that those are the things you have to note when you talk about Isabella as just like a good person, a good mother in general, because in my mind, she really loved those kids. And she actually had the comment at the end when they all escaped that she wished she could be a normal mother, but the circumstances would not allow her to be in that position to where she could just love her kids and watch them grow up. It was basically everything was on the demon's terms. So that's just how I look at Isabella. Again, you can make counterpoints to that because she definitely had her sadistic moments and whatnot. But in my mind, that was all an act that she had to maintain, because it's hard to, you know, sit there and act like you're a good mother when you're, you know, shipping out kids. So you kind of have to play up an image, at least in my mind.
I like how
That's really good.
I like how always, like, every single time, it seems like Satsu's going to be like, oh yeah, Mother Isabella, she's great because she's hot, crazy. But, like, it's always something deeper beyond just visual appearance and their mental states. So, Sasuke,
No.
people need to subscribe to Sasuke the Savage. Just saying.
Let the record be known, I would definitely smash Mother Isabella.
Wow. Once
That
again,
is-
I think this proves at this point.
Everything you said was just thrown right out the window.
I mean, I'm just trying to give Ray a little brother. That's it.
Well,
But no, that was really good. I
Appreciate it.
that was a nice little comparison. I still hated her for breaking Emma's leg, but other than that,
Oh my goodness.
other than that, she's great.
EA, that is literally one of my favorite moments in The Promised Neverland. I know it sounds crazy, you know, a grown woman
That's
breaking
so
a
messed
child's leg.
up.
It's just the power move that it had on the series, because the fact that she already had it planned out what she was going to do, because immediately after doing that, she healed Emma up. It was a checkmate move, and it was just so devastating, because I don't think anybody expected that at that point.
Oh no,
Because
I didn't.
Isabella she was never vicious towards her kids. She was calculating, and she had her, you know, evil smirks and whatnot, but she's never like physically harmed her kids. And then that happened, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
She would go
yeah.
to that extreme.
Sasuke was like, break my leg, Mother Isabella. Come on.
I literally said that.
And then heal me.
Heal
Yeah.
me. Let me be in your care
Uh.
for 2 months.
When
But
we
they
got-
eventually got the better of her though after they lit the house on fire. Oh, that was a great scene.
Well, I will say this about Mother Isabella. She is a mother. Therefore, she is a MILF.
True.
Once again,
Now
I'm
you're
telling
gonna,
you.
now you're gonna have to
Listen.
fight Sasuke for her now.
Listen, guys, listen. I'm telling you all, everybody here is probably like, lollies, legal lollies, they're the best. No, No.
Legal lollies.
Wrong. Lollies bad. Legal lollies? Okay, still bad. Young single women? Get that out of here. Now MILFs. There you go. There's your
If
answer.
they have more kids, are they more attractive?
That just makes them more powerful. It's like to them that's like Super Saiyan, you know? It's like Super Saiyan 1 child. Super Saiyan 2.
And this is to go even beyond. Just push out another kid.
Ultra Instinct is becoming a grandmother.
I have to ask you the question. Okay, so
Too funny.
with the whole MILF topic, is it the fact that they've had a kid that is more attractive, or the fact that they have there's usually a age cap, or not cap, it's usually an age standard that they're at. Like usually when we think of MILFs, we think of like late or mid 20s to late 30s. Is it because they have that age range that you like, or is it just the fact they had a kid and they're like seasoned veterans, I guess you could say?
Listen. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, for some of them, sure. Okay, I guess. If the kid's like, a good kid, who cares? I'm not in it for the kid, okay? I'm in it for the MILF.
You really
Makes
are
sense.
in it for the MILF.
Makes sense.
Exactly. I assume we're passing this. This episode was awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pass.
Best.
AOT.
Tackle Titan!
Uh-oh.
Lord Jesus, have mercy on the chat.
Honestly, I'm hiding it too.
Aaron's the bad guy?
Or maybe in his
Everyone's
mind,
the bad guy.
I was gonna say, in his mind, he's doing exactly what Reiner did for his country.
Yep.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, it's holy shit.
This episode flew fucking by. Like, I was hanging on to every word that was going on. One of my favorite parts, other than everything, was when Aaron grew his leg back and he was just kind of like moving it around like, God, that's how it feels like to have a foot again. It's just, I don't know. There was just something about that scene. As he's being evil, he's like, I got my foot back.
Gotta love them feet.
This is another foot reference. In
Saucy's in.
didn't we do this in like 5 shows?
Probably.
Listen, anime loves feet, okay? They love feet.
That is true. Feet and boobs.
Feetsies
Especially
and boobies.
boobs. The only show that I know that's anime that emphasized a lot on the booty is Keijo, and I thank them for that.
This is true. It refreshed things, different.
I mean,
change
they
of pace.
don't talk about butts anymore. Even Space Dandy made a quote saying that, boobs, yeah, everything's all about the boobs. No one talks about the booty anymore. And I was like, thank you, Space Dandy. I appreciate you.
It's a lost art for sure in Japan.
Yeah. I mean, when has there been? Let's stop talking. What are we talking? Attack on Titan.
Yeah, we're talking about Attack on Titan. Let's talk about some real ass.
Aaron Yeager was trending. I got like so many DMs from people like, dude, y'all, Aaron Yeager's trending, and I'm like, yeah, because this is a great fucking episode.
That's how, the impact of this show and this series in general to be trending on Twitter, that's nuts. No disrespect to all of our favorite animes. I don't think any of our shows could be trending on Twitter.
God. I mean, the most popular show we're covering on this that isn't Attack on Titan is The Promised Neverland, and that's really popular, like really, really popular. It's nowhere near Attack on Titan.
Right.
So
that's insane.
Like Promised Neverland appeals to that a section of the same Attack on Titan crowd. Like Attack on Titan is literally, it's a cultural thing at this point for many. It's like yo, it's almost like sports. It's like let's hang out and watch Attack on Titan. We'll fucking whatever. I don't know.
Right. And who are you rooting for? The Eldians. What about you? I got the Marlians. Okay, I got them in 6.
Marley 6.
Yeah. So I have a couple theories on who the Warhammer Titan is. I think it's either Willie, the guard next to the girl that looks like she looked like she's in a black outfit, or it's that girl.
What girl?
The girl that was so there was this one shot right as he started, where it showed off to his stage right. There was the guard from the last episode, or when episode Willie was introduced.
The really tall one?
Yeah, the really, really tall one.
I bet it's him.
And then there was a girl in all black. She had black hair. It was done up. So it's one of those two, or it's Willie. As like the days or hours, I guess, went on since I saw this, I thought it was Willie, but I'm starting to think it's one of those two, because at the end, like, he's pretty much fucked. Like, he's pretty much dead.
What gave you that idea? Other than he's covered in blood?
Yeah, and
about to get eaten?
Well, it made me think about it because, okay, so let's go back to season 3 when Levi stabs Reiner through the neck.
Yeah.
Like, he immediately turns into a Titan. Willie didn't turn into a Titan immediately from that. So, I don't think it's Willie, but I think it's one of those two. And I think, of course, that information was handed down from one of them to Willie. But the whole reveal, actually, of the true story behind everything was actually fucking insane. Like, that is almost as big of a moment as what happens at the end. So, like, basically we know this, like, basic story throughout most of Attack on Titan of what went down. And apparently just all of that isn't true, and it was all a lie, it was all fabricated. And in reality, what they did is they created the walls out of tens of millions of colossal titans due to the founding Titan's ability to control titans. And now their peace is threatened by Eren Yeager because he is the founding Titan and he can break that vow of war, or peace to cause war. Like, jeez.
Before y'all get more into it, I found this comment funny. Nikki said, "Imagine those who don't know Attack on Titan and then they see hashtag Declaration of War tag trending."
Jesus.
Especially with everything going on now. Oh, that would be crazy.
Like, damn. That I would be freaking out. It's actually you know what? Holy shit. Okay, there was an experience I had the other night. I have to tell you guys after the podcast in relation
Dude, we
to
don't
that
want
hashtag.
to know. Oh, okay.
Oh no. Oh no, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh.
It all makes sense now. But
I'll be ready.
yeah. So now there's this possible threat of tens of millions of colossal titans coming, because Eren Yeager is really fucking pissed off that Reiner and the people he represents killed his family.
And a whole bunch of other people too.
Well, yeah, a whole bunch of other people as well. But I mean, at this point, to me, everyone's pathetic. Everyone is just like Reiner. By the end, he's like, "Just kill me now. I don't like my race. I don't like
crazy.
myself. I'm sick of it. Please just kill me." And then Eren, from what we've seen of Eren so far, like, he is like fucking determined to get his revenge, and he ends up killing a bunch of innocent people in his transformation. So,
This is true.
like everyone's like morally bankrupt besides the kids, besides Falco, Gabby, Zofia, and that one guy with the bowl cut. I always forget his
Yes,
name.
the one guy. Mo.
Udo.
Udo, yeah.
Mystic Demon said, fun fact, Old Norse Ymir means screamer. And the Beast
really?
Orange. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I don't know. The Beast
Interesting.
Orange said Aaron isn't actually mad. That's interesting.
I mean, he didn't look mad at all. Like, he legit looked the calmest he's ever looked ever in the whole series, which in itself is frightening. Like, he's just straight-laced, calm, talking to this guy, talking to Reiner, and just like, I don't know. I think that's the coolest I've ever seen Aaron in ever. Like, I used to think he was just a wuss. Not a wuss. He was just a whiner. He whined a lot, and I really didn't care particularly about that. But season 3, he kind of changed and got a little bit better. Season 4, or what, final season? I love the guy.
Yeah, that was going to be the question I was going to ask. How much do you guys think Aaron has changed from how he is now to how he was in season 1 of Attack on Titan?
From the little,
I'm not talking about like from, you can say any age, but let's just say age 15 to now. He's 19 now.
he's 19.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go first and then I'll get you on, Ben. Definitely, he's definitely seen some shit. Like, that is the face of a man who's been through hell, seen hell, just absolutely just unfazed by all the deaths in his life. And I think it's like you said, he's real determined to get back what was taken from him. And he doesn't care if it's in front of a kid. He sees Reiner, and Reiner is like, it's weird because Reiner wasn't this scared, pathetic man 4 years ago. Now it's almost like the polar opposite, because Reiner, he had the same kind of determination. He wanted to do all these things, but it cost the lives of his compadres. And now he's on the other end. Aaron's back and now he's just saying, just kill me. I don't want to deal with that. But Aaron, he's definitely changed. And regardless of what people think, whether he's a better person or he's now like a villain and like a worse person, I definitely think he's a more interesting character now than he's ever been ever.
Before you go, see Victor G donated some currency. I don't know what this currency is, but he donated. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As for that, I think Aaron at this point, I think he's, to me, from season 1 to season 3, there was like some notable change, especially after season 2. At the end of season 2, I think that's like kind of what started him on this path to the Aaron we know now. But I think since then, maybe, I won't know. We won't know until we see more from Aaron, how he is now. But it really seems like at this point, his goal is to do what he's doing now. And it seems like, and especially in that scene, like that determined look, it feels like at this point he's just like his one thing is finally like that goal he made from the very beginning of the season, to exterminate all the Titans or whatever it was. Like, it seems like that is within reach for him, and I feel like it's been getting closer and closer. Um, and now I think he seems much more confident than
He
he ever
does.
has. He seems really just hell bent on doing what he's supposed to do, and I think that's why he is probably so calm. Is just because he prepared for this, and he everything probably played out perfectly the way he wanted it to, and so that probably shows his determination. But I think something interesting is that at the end of season 3, I think we already saw this kind of Aaron. Like he had this weird look in the last episode of season 3 that we saw him in. I don't know if that's just me looking too much into things, but seemed like he seemed to have that same kind of look he has now. So I don't know.
Yeah, that is interesting just because they finally made it to the ocean. Everybody was happy. Everybody was splashing. Even Levi, even though he dipped his toes in the sand. I think Aaron was really the only one that was just like, yeah, this is great and all, but he had his sights set on something else. So that's actually a really good point that you brought up. I kind of think the same thing now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this much. I don't think Aaron has changed. I do think he has grown up, and that just comes with this age. He's become more wise. He has learned some things he wasn't privy to when he was at the age of 15. But I'm talking about from ages of 9 to where he is now. I don't think he's changed. Because if you look at Aaron, the core part of his character has been freedom. And you want to go to his goal of when he wanted to join the Survey Corps. That in of itself, if you look at the Survey Corps, you look at what their symbol is, it's the wings of freedom. They're all about going outside of the walls and killing Titans. Why? Well, Aaron's whole goal of exterminating the Titans goes back to freedom because they threaten his freedom because they keep them contained inside the walls, and he did not want to stay inside the walls like livestock, as he said before. You go to when Mikasa was going to get kidnapped, her and her mother. He instructed Mikasa to kill those two people because they were going to threaten her freedom. They were going to try to capture her and basically sell her because of her Asian blood. You look at Aaron now, he hasn't explicitly stated his goals, but we can surmise that, since he's basically declared war on Marley, because we already know what Marley plans to do, they also threatened Eldian's freedom as a whole because they were going to plan out this attack on Paradise Island, and they were going to try to eradicate them basically. So now his goal has shifted from Titans to all of humanity that isn't Paradise Island. So I think that core of his character, which has always been the theme of freedom, has stayed consistent with Aaron throughout the entirety of all stages of his life. From, again, age 9 to 15 to where he is now. Freedom has always been at the basis of his character.
Wow.
Sasuke, why the fuck did you quit?
Reasons.
God damn it.
No, that's actually really, really good points. That's really great. Good night, everybody.
Just end the show.
Yep. End on a high note.
God. I feel like the whole thing with Azumabito is really interesting because they make sure to show Willie interacting with Azumabito and how Willie is very in terms of with her clan really on good terms. They really respect him. But they made sure to show Azumabito leaving.
Do y'all find that suspicious?
I find it very suspicious.
I mean, yeah, especially if they're showing it.
Yes.
It's not only that, but if you remember, there was also the scene where Kiyomi, where I think it was Udo who spilled wine on her, and then she basically excused him.
Mhm.
So like, there seems to be something with that.
Yeah, there. It makes me think that maybe they don't. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I
to be
think there was.
honest.
Yeah, I can't even theorize about it because it's such a just a random thing. Also, who the fuck is that guard that trapped Peak and Porco?
I don't
Who is
think
that
it's
person?
Levi. I don't think it's Levi. He's too tall.
Yeah, unless it's Levi on stilts, I don't think it's. Maybe he grew over the top.
Well, he had blonde
I
hair.
don't know.
It made me think John or Armin or something, but Armin.
Armin.
Yes, he could have hit a late growth spurt, but
Maybe. I think it's Connor. Isn't he the one that had no hair?
Connie.
Connie. Yeah, Conor McGregor. Yeah, it was that guy. He.
Conor McGregor. Oy,
I think. Right, mate. No, I think it's Connie.
I don't know. I like how Peak was like, "That's a shame. I really fancied your beard." I'm like, Peak, you trying to like hook up with him?
Man,
Get some Titan on Titan action.
Yeah, something like that going on.
Oh wait, Connie's not a Titan. Never mind.
I like how Peak sees the people from the Panzer squad or whatever, and hugs the fat guy, and she leaves, and everybody's looking at the fat guy like, "You son of a bitch."
they were so
How-
angry.
I know. Fat people are fun to hug.
And that's why Peak hugged him. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I see. I guess. So Peak is an AOT waifu, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I didn't realize until probably that moment that people are probably into Peak.
To be fair, there's
Pika.
like reasons for this. It's a couple of reasons. All right. It's for one, I'll just say it. The Attack on Titan basis when it comes to female characters and like the waifus, we're kind of starved because either
What, dude? Awesome
Well-
Obito showed up in this episode. Come on.
no.
Willie's a waifu.
I mean, we've had Mikasa for the majority of Attack on Titan. We've had Annie, but now she's crystallized. I mean, we've had
Potato
Hanji.
Girl.
Yeah, we have Sasha, but like it's not a lot. It's not a lot. So like we're starving. So we're looking for any girl we can
You
latch
guys
onto.
are in a crazy ass dry spell. That has lasted what, 8-9 years?
Like look at ReZero. Like there's so many girls. You can like it's like basically like gang wars with him. Like there's a different girl that you like. If you like Amelia, there's a gang for her. Rem, there's a gang for her. Cruz, there's a gang for Priscilla, Elsa. But like with Attack on Titan, it's either like it's like two camps basically. Either you're Mikasa or Annie. Like that's usually the big ones. So like Piek is this new like refreshing female character that we latch onto. But I will say Piek is actually a dope character. It's not just because of
Her
just because
assets.
she's a female character.
Not because
yeah, the assets.
we're dry.
Yeah, I actually like Piek a lot. She is my third favorite female character in the series besides Gabby and Hanji.
Oh Lord. Also like how through this whole episode, Magath is like, "Listen, if you see anything, you talk to me." I thought that was funny, but okay. Did you guys watch the preview stuff after the episode ended?
I watched a little bit. Yeah, there's gonna be some killings aplenty.
We're gonna see the Warhammer Titan next episode, and that art, dude, it's the thumbnail of this video or this podcast of Aaron is just amazing. Like absolutely incredible. God, is there anything else? Did we talk about everything?
Oh my god, it's don't you find it ironic that Aaron's transformation was in a way indirectly, or I guess you could say directly triggered by Reiner, because he said the comment where in the flashback with them or Aaron and him training, where Reiner tells him to keep moving forward, and that's the
Yeah.
same thing Aaron said in this
Oh.
episode.
Oh, yeah, that was perfect. I don't know what you call it. Not poetic justice. Maybe poetic justice, but it was definitely like perfectly like timed. That was what I thought was interesting was because Peck and what's the dude that also fell down the shaft?
Porco.
Porco. I gotta remember. Peck and Porco and Pecky. Anyway, they both fell down the shaft, and they said they couldn't transform, and yet Eric could transform in like a small room, no problem. I don't understand why they couldn't transform.
Well, no, it's because if they both transform, they would crush each other.
Oh, at the set. Well, why not just have one? Well, I guess then one would crush the other.
They would kill each other.
Okay.
Well, even if there was only one, they would still be stuck. It'd be like, remember that episode of Demon Slayer where Nezuko digs the hole, and Tanjiro's like, Nezuko, and she's like in the hole. It'd be like that, but stuck. It would just be like a head.
Doesn't she grow to many different sizes?
She does.
I don't like that.
All right.
God.
Hot take of the day.
I'm sorry. It's just so weird. Like you have your sister in your pocket. That's strange to me.
Also, remember second episode when they were talking about 32 missing ships?
Oh yeah.
I think
I
think they know what to do with those ships.
Oh yeah, Aaron totally fucked them all up.
Well, I was going to say they used those ships to get across.
Oh.
Don't you guys find it suspicious how
My bad.
This attack, the timing of this attack? Because if you look at the situation, you basically have everyone in this crowd assemble from all different nations, and they're important figures. Don't you guys think this attack is a little too time way too well?
Oh no,
it's perfectly timed.
It's perfectly. He knew this was happening. I mean, didn't Aaron say he was there for 4 years as well, and he kind of like understood. Like that's when he basically said, "Hey, Reiner, I understand what you were going through and whatnot." And then that's when, I guess all those letters were sent out because he had gotten word and letting all of his fellow comrades know, hey, guess what's happening? The thing we've been waiting for all these years is finally happening.
Yeah. As well, look who they have on their side. They have Armin. They have Levi.
He's a colossal titan now.
Oh yeah, Armin is a walking tactical nuke. Or, well, not a tactical nuke, a full goddamn nuke. So, maybe a couple more. So yeah, not only do they have the Armin on their side, who is a actual weapons of mass destruction, but he's also a brilliant tactician in war and a good strategist. So, yeah, it seems like maybe this was possibly all of Armin's doing.
Can we all agree that no one's afraid that Mappa's animating this thing now?
Yeah, I think we're all comfortable with it.
Because this whole show, I never thought once, oh my, the animation, is this not, what was the studio before? Studio Dean?
Wit.
No.
God, Studio D doing AOT? Oh my god.
Oh.
No, wait, no. What was the name?
Wit
Studios.
Wit, that's right. They're doing Vinland Saga now.
Hell yeah,
but yeah,
Vinland Saga.
Oh, I love Vinland Saga. But no, Mappa is doing a great job with Attack on Titan. I think we can all agree with that. All
For
of our
sure.
all of our fears and all of our worries have been put to rest with this episode, I think.
Nah, somebody's gonna find a way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
QRW6 said, remember they wanted to trap Annie, but that plan failed. That was the season 1 where Armin tried to persuade Annie to go into underground when they suspected her. But she wouldn't do it because she knew what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
But what did you guys think of Andy's father? Because we seen him in this episode.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Wait, who's daddy?
Like,
Annie's dad.
yeah, Annie's dad was
No.
like Reiner's one was like Mr. Lionheart, and he's like my daughter, she ain't dead. I don't believe it. She said she come back. She hadn't come
Yeah.
back yet.
Yeah, what did you guys think of his unwavering faith in his daughter to come back alive?
That just goes
It-
to show how strong the Lionhearts are. I think.
But is he correct?
I mean,
Well,
I haven't seen.
I think we'll see.
I haven't seen her since season 1, when she decided to go all crystal on us.
Go on,
And-
Crystal. Go on,
Yeah, that's
Crystal
what-
meth on us.
Yeah, that's what she did. She hardened herself, and I don't know how long that shit lasts. Can she like break out of it whenever she wants to, or is it like on a timer? I don't know how these things work, but I mean, either she's alive and she's gonna, I don't know, come back one of these days, or she's dead.
Well, now that we have this war that Aaron basically started, do you think that she could show up? And if so, would she ally now with the Paradisians or ally with Marley?
See, now you're asking these questions that I didn't even consider thinking about. But I don't know. I guess if she does come back because I don't know, something gets triggered, and if she is going to partner with anybody, I would assume she would still partner with, Reinhard, because I don't think she's going to take too kindly to her boy toy being eaten.
Boy toy?
Do you think? I don't
Who
think
is
she
her
really
boy
cares
toy?
about Berthold like that.
But he liked her though.
I don't think she. I don't
I
think the feeling
Annie
was
likes
mutual.
Anybody. I think Annie, just like Satsi said in one podcast, just wants to go home. So
Yeah,
Well-
she just her dad. That's
Well,
it.
you know what? Maybe she'll turn to the female Titan, run like she does all the time when she's a female Titan, and she'll run all the way back home and then untransform and say, "Fuck you guys, I'm going home." that would be the end of her.
well, as well, I wonder if they were able to replicate the serum that turns people into a Titan. Because if they did,
Oh,
Ooh.
who is the female Titan now? Because you have a bunch of candidates. To me, I think Mikasa is not going to be the female Titan if that were to be the case, because Mikasa is a couple Titans on her own. Like she doesn't
Right.
nor does Levi. Can males become the female Titan?
probably so.
But
So-
would they cease becoming the female Titan? Would they just be
The
a male on the
Titan-
outside, but a female on the outside?
Nothing like that.
It's
Has
just a
been,
cross-dressing Titan.
Nothing like that has been ever like denied nor confirmed. So I don't know.
But I mean, like look at the people you have. You have like Hanj basically, and then Sasha, and that's kind of it. So
That's it.
like, unless they found somebody like that showed up somewhere, then sure. But like, I mean, they're not gonna give it to Historia. So like, who?
I don't think she wants it.
Yeah, yeah. So like maybe I don't know. Maybe they're like, listen, Annie, you join our side, we'll give you triple stuff Oreos,
And you get to see your daddy again.
and we'll give you a glass of milk and your father.
In that order.
I feel like with certain characters becoming Titans, they kind of lose their mystique once they become Titans. like a lot of people wanted Levi to become a Titan, and they were like, if Levi became a Titan, it would be game over. And I don't agree with that, because Titans are in a way they're limited in what they can do. Like, there's not a lot of people who you could say, oh, because this person has this Titan, they have an overwhelming ability over a person who has the same Titan. Like, there's not that much of a discrepancy between individuals having the same Titans, different individuals having the same Titans. So like where Levi's strength lies in his individual talent to murk Titans as a human. He is humanity's greatest soldier. So like, in my eyes, when people bring up like potential Titan candidates, for some characters I want them to stay human, just because I think their talent is better suited.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was saying before. You put it way better than I did. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I would surmise they would have to get Annie on their side, and based off Annie's personality, she probably would join them. So, at least it's from my viewpoint. But
yeah, I just asked that question because from what we've seen, Annie doesn't necessarily have an allegiance to Marley. She, from what we've seen, just wants to go home and stay with her father.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whoever gives her the best chance for that, she would side with, in my opinion.
Well, and if you look at like the people of Paradise and their viewpoints and their goals, I mean, just morally speaking, none of them are great, but like, you would think they're possibly the better options of the two, right? Because like, one of them oppresses people, and the whole fucking reason this is even happening is because they sent them on a mission, and Reiner just wanted to be a hero because of all the stuff they spilled to Reiner and indoctrinated him with. And because of all of that, because they needed the Founding Titan to fucking take over the world even more and defeat the Middle East, because of that, they created Eren Yeager. So, yeah. They kind of got it coming to them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last question. Do you think what Willie Tybur was saying on stage as it pertains to the history of how Paradise Island and Carl Fritz came into fruition, do you think that's accurate? Like, is that actually factual?
Because who knows at this point?
Yeah, the only reason I asked this question is because if you think about Grisha's flashback, where he became Eldian, where he became basically an Eldian like freedom fighter, he read like this history, but from what we can gather from where he like read about the history, it didn't seem like he even understood what he was reading. So it's kind of like this hive mentality that Eldians are oppressed and they need to fight back and things of that nature. So do you think the same could be true for Willie, or is what he said actually what happened?
Well, I will say that the things like didn't Grisha in his past, didn't it get into like the actual origins of it all, where like there was the one titan that was the founding titan, and all the other titans came afterwards, is very biblical and all that stuff. Like, didn't that happen in season 3?
I don't think they went into explicit detail, but I think they covered some of it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think it's true, because at least the stuff going about King Fritz and all that seems very plausible. But at the same time, there is the possibility it couldn't be true. It could be twisting of words, and as well, like we know from Eren, memories aren't, when it comes to passing down of generations, it's not, 1-to-1, as with anything regarding memory. It seems. So, at least from examples we have now, it could very well be things that misunderstood, misconstrued. But it seems like maybe the general gist of it, with King Fritz wanting really just to have peace for all, and even expected, like by the end of his life, he expected them to come after him, and he was okay with that, just because all he wanted was a little bit of peace. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
QRW6 said Annie is a desperate wounded animal that would do anything to survive. This was what Sasha said.
Sasha also likes potatoes.
I think we all like potatoes.
Oh yeah.
She likes them so much that when she said that she gave half to Commander Chavez, it was literally like 1/7 of it. So she really likes potatoes so much that she would lie blatantly.
Sasha's great.
What?
She would
Okay,
die for him.
I lied. I want to ask one more question. Do you guys think someone important will die in this quote unquote war? And if so, who?
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be someone we like, just because I don't know.
I mean, okay, I'll say
Based
this.
off of what you said and based off of what other people say, that it's people are gonna die that we like and that we're not gonna be happy about it. I'm just assuming yes, and I'm gonna cry if it's Levi. That's all I know.
I think Reiner. I think it's Reiner.
Isn't he already dead? Like that explosion literally just demolished everybody.
Well, yeah.
But he could still transform though.
Yeah.
This is true if he really wanted to, but I didn't. Well,
It also shows, I think, Reiner's character to immediately go and try to save Falco. Like even though Reiner at this point he wants to die, he cares so much about these kids that he would still try to save them. So that's just a little tidbit, but I think Reiner is gonna die. I don't know how, or when, but I think in this season we're gonna see Reiner pass on, just because
yeah.
it just seems like that's the way it's going. But I don't know anything of the other, our traditional characters, but I mean, I think Willie's probably gonna die.
I'd be surprised if Eren died. Like if Eren ended up dying, I'd be like, well,
I mean,
who's gonna take on the beast titan or the attack titan form now?
Oh, well, now you just reminded me. If you remember, they shooed Zeke away. They were like, Zeke, go fuck off. So that would be cool. Just saying, Eren versus Zeke. Come on.
Son versus son.
But don't y'all find that kind of suspicious?
Zeke went away?
That they separated the guy or the soldier, basically put Pieck and Porco in a trap hole, but not Zeke.
Well, I think they have different plans for Zeke. I think maybe their idea is to capture the Beast Titan. That's just my first theory. It could also be maybe they have a totally different idea of how they want to handle Zeke. Because maybe they want Zeke to transform or get into this fight that's coming up. I don't know.
Levi's gonna shove another sword up his mouth through his eye.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that was pretty sick.
I also got to think of like how they're going to fight back against Eren, because we know the Warhammer Titan is still like we don't know who the Warhammer Titan is, so they can fight back. But other than that, what do they really have right now?
Nothing. They just got their hands in their pockets, so to speak. They're just, I mean, I can't think of any other weapons other than other Titans.
They also obviously have the element of surprise. So even then, like they're on their kind of they're fucked. I guess in this instance, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, all of this was very interesting, but we've been talking about AOT literally for over an hour now, which I didn't even notice. So, yeah, I think we've kind of hit the end of the show. So, we passed that, of course. Where can they find you guys?
You can find me at Everything Animated, my channel, YouTube channel, Everything Animated, in the link below. You can also find me on Twitch. I'm a streamer now, y'all. I
Yes.
stream. It's a Killer Zeke 87. You can find me there, and I have a channel with my girlfriend and I called All Elite Couple. You can find us there, where we do reactions of wrestling, amongst other trendy, popular things going on in the world.
As for me, you can find me here and other people's channels. What the fuck? My Discord stopped. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What are these other people's channels that you regularly appear on?
I wouldn't say it's that often, but again, I'm on here. Pretty sure me and EA will probably do something again together. Don't know when, but if Love Life has another season, we'll do something like that.
Oh yeah.
So like I could be on EA's channel. I could be on Grim Reaper's channel. We do the One Punch Man podcast there. Occasionally I'm on Dustin's channel where I could be on there for any given random stream. So and I'm on Morgan's channel where I'm moving the M5 podcast. I'm moving it to that channel. So that is pretty much it.
Every Friday, me and Rising Sun reviews talking about Promised Neverland Season 2 on his channel, just like we did with Season 1. So go check that out if you haven't already. Once again, go check out the channels of all the people that were affected by the recent ReZero stuff, or just the recent strike stuff between Webtoon and the Shueisha hoax, all that crap. The people like DJ Miles, Holographic, Echidnut, Kyle Robes, people like that. I know I'm forgetting plenty. I apologize. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching this week. We'll talk about more stuff next week. Bye bye.